awesome colleague. He's an early bird, like he's waking up at 5 in the morning to have a run, have a jog, and a marathon and also ultra marathon runner. But before we start, I want to take a moment and just look at his trail that he did in Brasov Marathon. Just to watch, just to see a preview of what he can do. These are my questions. So just have a moment to see his trail. It's 1 minute long, so just imagine an ultra marathon in Brasov.
It goes so fast.
Yeah, so 12 hours and something in 1 minute. So this is a 70 kilometers race on 4 peaks in Brasov. He was pretty fast. Look at him. Running. And we are getting closer to the finish line. Okay, and there is Florin with his smile on his face at the finish line. So yeah, pretty awesome from my point of view. But let's start. So Florin, how did you start running, and how did you start this madness?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, thank you for the invitation. First of all, this is the first time when I'm in this position to explain, so it's not it's not easy for me to talk with so many people about this, which is rather personal. Let's say it's my personal experience what I'm gonna share with you here. So yes, what happened with the running and me? Now I'm almost 45 this year, and I started after 30 years. So for each of you who never ran before, 30, it's not, you are not old if you start at 30 years. And I started after my son was born. I wanted to be, let's say, some sort of example for him, and also to get more fit, because I wasn't like this. I was, I think, more than 10 kilos extra. I was working in sales till then, and usually my schedule was to visit customers all over Romania and sometimes in Europe. So mainly I was sitting in the car, so not so many activities. But then I took that holiday of 2 years, which became 3, raising the kid. The father also can take it in Romania, even if the mother or the father. And I have time also for myself in doing these physical activities. And I was starting running in gym with 1 minute run, 1 minute walk, and then 2 minutes run, 1 minute walk. So I start to increase the distance till I get a pause for walking. And when I got to 15 minutes, I thought I am God. I was so happy about it. It was, I guess, 8.8 was the speed on the treadmill, and then I increased it to 9.3. And I think in few months I was able to run for a full hour. So I was very happy. 9.3 kilometers in 1 hour. I was very happy. So that was at the beginning. And then I start to challenge myself. It was an interesting period because it was the start of competitions regarding with running competition in Romania, and I was in Brasov. I was lucky to be here, so they started a semi-marathon, one sponsored by Intersport. This was 2012, and Also, then it was the beginning of Brasov Marathon, which at the beginning they only have semi-marathon. It was not marathon and not ultra. Ultra was this year, the first one, the first edition. And in that year, in 2012, also I made my first marathon. I think it was in October, yes, in Piatra Craiului. These are some mountains near Brasov. And that was the beginning. And let's say the rest is history. Now, this is how I started, and I start to love it more and more because it makes me very connected with the nature and with the people who are doing this. And also I start running in that period, let's say 2-3 times per week. And now I'm doing it every second day. So it's not every day, it's every second day. And that's how it starts.
Okay, so you've heard something about the starting point of your running sessions. And I know that you are running in the morning. So why are you running in the morning and how you manage to wake up? What's your drive?
First of all, I go to bed at 10 o'clock, so I think that's one of the parts, the key stories. And if you want to wake up very early, yeah, you must go to bed early also. And this was the only part of the day that I can control, and I know that nothing can happen there. So I know that in the morning, if I wake up at 5, let's say, I go running till 6. I came back, take a shower, prepare the breakfast for the whole family. When they wake up, everything is ready. So that's the only period of the day that I can control, and that's why no one is affected. It's just me doing this, and I have time for all the stuff. So till our schedule starts. It's 9 o'clock here. On other sides, when I work, it was at 8. Usually, I have time to do all my personal stuff before the job requirements for the day. So also you have time during running, or if I'm doing some other physical exercises when I'm not running, I have time to put some order in my thoughts and think about the day. And it's another vibe when you start the day. And even if it's a bad day at the end, let's say some events that you cannot control during the day happens, at least you know that what was able and what was important for me I've done, and it's a good day, the day when you go running. So at the end, it's a good day. Doesn't matter what happens during the day.
Yeah, for sure. I see that already, our colleagues started asking questions. So we have something from Floriana. I know we are going to mix things here. So some of my questions, some of the audience questions. So Floriana wants to know why trail running and not, running in the streets, in the city.
Practically, when I go in the morning, I run on the streets. I'm not going on the forest. I don't know, at 5 o'clock, I'm not feeling very safe. And you need to carry also a torch, so I'm not very comfortable running into the woods in the morning. I've done it sometimes when I want to overcome one fear, let's say, but usually I run on the streets in the city, but the city is very different in the morning than what you see during the day. So it's very clear, let's say, no cars, and you can hear all the birds and all the noises and see all the cats and meet the garbage people, and it's something different in the morning. And try running mainly on the weekend on the long runs. So I do a mixed, and also I do marathons on the street. I've done one last year in Amsterdam. It's an extraordinary experience with different than Bucharest Marathon. Yeah, the people are very different. The people who stay on left and right during the trip. Yeah.
A city full of cheerleaders, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to the latest challenge, the Brasov Marathon, the Brasov Ultra Marathon. Why this challenge right now? What made you register?
Uh, I was a bit hesitant before it because mainly when I'm doing some ultra, I leave it for the second part of the year, you know. So during, let's say, autumn or summer period, I try to make some longer races, and this was the longest this year. So I was a bit hesitant, but it was a personal challenge for me because it was after COVID and it was after some other medical issue that I encountered in this February, which kept me almost 1 month out of running. I could not even walk. So it was, let's say, a challenge for me. And usually uh, in this competition, I've done the marathon, I think, 6, 7 times each year. I was present at every edition from what they organized. And when they say ultra, I was hesitant because it was the beginning of the year that then I say, okay, let's try this. So the what I saw in all these years is that it never get easier. You must be you must
Prepare, what you say.
you must become someone who handles hard better. So this was harder than a marathon, so I want to get used with something harder because it helped me in all the other areas, not only in running. So you get more confidence at the end of it, and it affects you in a positive way in everything you do every day, let's say.
Okay. So I think you already answered my next question. How was it? It was harder than a marathon. So if you can detail more.
It's harder. Usually when I train for a marathon, I don't run. I don't know, the competition is 40 kilometers. I'm not training 40 kilometers for a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, let's say 25, 30 kilometers max with, let's say, 1 month before the race. And here, I went only on uh, two of these mountains in my training. So it was, I think, 33 kilometers, and it was half of the race. And I was thinking then, okay, now imagine you have to do the other half this way. So I prepare a bit mentally more for this because I know that if I can do it mentally, then physically it's not a problem. Only if I don't know, something occurs during the race. You know, you can have some, let's say, pains that you didn't expect, or
Mm.
some problems with your stomach if you eat something that's not appropriate in that moment. But if everything goes well, then you have the chances to finish. And also, I'm just a regular runner in the middle of the um, pack, so I'm not on the podium, or I just run for, I don't know, as as an identity for myself, and I like to do this, and I want to do it for a long period from now on. So that's the drive.
Florin, what were the challenges for this ultra? Talking about the weather, I don't know how the way you felt, the sun, or
Yeah,
I don't know.
the I think I didn't took the opportunity of the drop bag. They have something somewhere in the middle of the race. You could have a drop bag with some stuff that you can, let's say, food or some clothes that you can keep there and take it or leave it. It was so I took everything on me. I have a very heavy backpack, so it's not. This was a big challenge because it was harder than normal, and in my backpack I have a lot of things that I didn't use. So yeah, we learn all the time, but also it's for my physical safety. I want to know that I have everything, so I have it there. So in an ultra, being a very long race, you never know what could happen. So I want to be prepared. So the challenge is that during my training, I didn't run with full backpack, let's say, with heavy stuff on my side to see how it is. And I was not trained with this. So this was heavy, but I have the sticks. I hope this is the English word.
Yeah.
So
we saw them here.
so at the end of these 12 hours, the fever in the last last week was mainly on my triceps, not on my feet. So I use it also to climb and also to descend, mainly on going down.
Okay, so this is one of the learnings.
Yes.
Train with a heavy backpack. Do you have some other ones, some other learnings from this race?
Like something that went wrong? No, it was according to what I was expecting. So it was okay.
And something that went really well, and you said to yourself, I'm going to do it again. Let's repeat that.
I'm not sure when. After you finish something like this, you don't think you want to do it again. But time will go and we'll see. Because I have the same feeling with Chukash in Ultra, and also I've done it again last year. So it depends. When you forget a bit and you want a new challenge, you want to test yourself for something harder again, and to get your mind used with something harder, I attempt to do it again then.
Florin, how are you preparing for this kind of races? You talked a lot about the mental preparation. What are you doing to prepare yourself? Sort of meditation. You are creating a sort of a map with the trail, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, because we are here as an agile company. It's like more like our one of our projects. It's a complex task, It's a complex project, so you have to separate it in small projects. Everything it's separated. So what you eat, what you are dressing with, and when you are eating, yeah, and also what's important. What I like about this kind of races is that you have some predictability. If I want to do a marathon, let's say in October, I know what I should do till then, what I should do each month, starting backwards, let's say what I should do in September, in August, in order to be in best shape and best fit for that race. So now it's kind of usual stuff for me, because I've done many of this kind of races in the past, and it's not a big surprise to know what to wear and what to eat. And regarding yes, it was, let's say, a challenge, and is related with your question. I have some pain in my knees at some point, and also I think it helped me to evaluate exactly how much is the pain, because the brain just waits for you to have a good reason to make you quit. So I evaluated at 3, and then 3 out of 10, and then I said, okay, this is a 4, okay, this is a 5. When it got 5, I said, okay, maybe tense the abs when we descend. Maybe we should do some adjustment, and the mind forget about that pain, and it didn't appear till the end. So there are some small tricks that sometimes can help you, but you have to remember to do it. That's a challenge.
That's really interesting. That put your pain in a scale. from 1 to 10?
It helped me, yeah. I tried it this time, and I saw that it disappeared from my mind for a long period. Then it was also it's good to have a good relationship with you with yourself, because it's just you there. I was I think alone here from the second part of the race, so it's nice because you are in the woods and it's very nice now. It's a good green, and but also you are in the wild and alone, but it's it's a good way to make peace with yourself, to think about a lot of stuff, and to maybe find some decisions and some opportunities or options that you can explore in the future.
Yeah, so connect with the nature and also with yourself.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
It's a good chance to do this when you're in an ultra.
How are you recovering after an ultra?
I'm not doing too
You
much.
recovered yet?
Yes. I take a bath usually, but not putting anything. It's just simple, or some salts into it. And I have a foam roller. If I don't forget to do it after the race, I use that foam roller, if you know what it is, and I take with my muscles. So it's a roller, yeah, un cilindro. It's a roller which is very thick, and you can press it, you can move your muscles on it, the muscles from your feet, not the joints, only the muscles. Yeah. And this helps. It's a sort of massage, but not done by a professional, but done by yourself. And that's what I do, nothing else. So if I forget to do this after the race, the second day you cannot do it because it's a lot of pain. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, guys. Well, my suggestion now is to start thinking about your questions, because my next one is the classical one. What's next?
Now, next, I will go this weekend to Transylvania 100, but I go to the race of 50 Ks, 50 kilometers. They start from Bran. I like this. I was in the past to this race. There are a lot of people from outside because they are attracted with Dracula, Bran Castle, and there are a lot of foreigners, let's say, from all over the world. So it's a nice atmosphere, and they're very relaxed, very happy. It's a pleasure to be among them. So I don't have there also a target or something like this. So I just go and enjoy the race. It will be a lot of snow. So again, I will have a heavy backpack. So it will be interesting.
So this week you need to train with that heavy backpack.
No, I'm not training. No, the week before, like it was also in ultra, and also this. I trained this morning. I run in the city this morning, 8 kilometers. I don't know if I will do it on Wednesday. Usually the week before, if it's a marathon or more than a marathon, I don't do much. So I'll go this evening. I will go. Also, I train in Real Rider. It's called. It's a sort of a stationary bike in a gym, but it moves left and right, and you can do really good training for your feet with it, and also for your abs. So I do this once or twice per week. I will go tonight there. So I think this could be the last intensity training for this week before the weekend. And I will eat. I eat a lot. That's why I'm happy when I have a marathon. I can eat a lot of carbs. So I do all the pasta, pizza, rice, and all the stuff. So it's a happy moment because I like this type of food. Yes.
So this is one reason to run an ultra or a marathon,
Yes,
to be able to eat pizza and pasta, whatever.
You eat before because you need it, and after to recover. So it's 2 beautiful weeks.
Woo, win-win. Okay, I see that you're going to see Paula there. She's a volunteer from Țiganești Refuge, sorry.
Yes. I hope to see her very soon.
Okay, guys, if you have questions, just add them in the chat or open your, unmute yourself and you can ask directly. You amazed everybody.
No,
You said it all. Okay, I see that. We have some. Tam param pam pam. Okay, so from Vicky, from Victoria, what do you eat right before the competition? Right before, I don't know, one day before and in the morning. Let's put it like this.
in that morning, usually, uh, I it depends. It's not so much in that morning, but sometimes something sweet normally, and this is also during the race. And I alternated during the race. I alternated with salty snacks and sweets. Sometimes it's so much sweets. I cannot. I don't handle it. It's too much sweet stuff. Right before I go with milk with rice. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Or I do some croissants and all kind of stuff. Or some yogurt with cereals I have sometimes. So anything that it's okay for my stomach, and I test it before, and I know I will not have surprises.
Do you eat during a race, during a marathon or an ultra? Or do you have
Yes.
in your backpack?
So what I have, and I never had cramps. I have some magnesium, which is some liquid stuff, and I take two, maybe three, depending on how long I stay. So after 6 hours, I take magnesium, and also something based on coffee. It's called Activator, and mix it together. It's okay for me. Gives you a push, and also with the caffeine. Usually, I take the caffeine before I go for a technical descent, let's say, in order to see where I put my feet, not to fail on this. And I eat in usually we have some points from kilometers to kilometers. From time to time, we have some checkpoints from the organizers, and in some of it, they have food. There are sometimes surprises that no, you cannot find what you want, or they don't have enough of what you want. I drink cola, very good Coca-Cola or Pepsi, only during the races. Sometimes I think I drink almost 2 liters in a 24-hour race. So if they have it, I take it. So it's very good for me. It gives you some energy. Otherwise, I don't drink none of these juices or carbo drinks.
Nice. Let's put now our philosopher, your philosopher hat, and answer your last question. What advice would you give to your younger self in the beginnings, now having all this experience? So if you would talk to your, I don't know, with Florin, who has 15 years old,
Yeah.
who is 15 years old.
I've tested everything on myself, so with good and bad. What I saw had an impact for me. It was when I start running regularly every second day, and also increasing the distance. So let's say 7, 8 years ago, I was running 3 times a week, and it was 5, 6 kilometers in the morning, and let's say 10, 12 in the weekend long run. And now I'm doing every second day at least 7, 8, sometimes 10, depending how much time do I have and how do I feel in that morning. So and the long run, it's more than 15. Let's say it's 15, sometimes 20, depending if I'm with some other runners and they are happy to do it, or they have some goals in running that day. We can go up to 20. So, but I'm not uh, going back to the question. I think I will increase gradually the distance, and I will maybe 2-3 times a week, and then go for a bigger distance. And also, I was referring at the beginning of our discussion. So, if you want to run a marathon, what I saw it worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should compress that distance in 1 week. So if you can run, let's say, in 7 days, you can run 42 kilometers, out of which at least one should be 15-20, let's say. So a long run, not only 7 or 8. Also something a bit longer. I think you can do a marathon in 1 month time after that. So if you can compress that and you can run that distance in a week, I think you can do it in a day.
In a
I
day,
have
okay.
in a day when the race day came.
Mm-hmm,
I have this with now before this ultra of 70, I ran more 33 kilometers. This was the maximum 1 month before, and I was able to do 70. So in the end, but this works for me. I don't know, but I think this equation maybe can guide you to see if you are able to do a distance in a week, maybe with a bit of preparation and a bit of attention, you can do also a marathon in a day. I mean, not a whole day, uh,
Yeah,
6 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, not 24. 24 hours. Florin is curious to see if you check often your knees for pain, and when do you know to say stop?
I had problems with my knees, and I didn't know when to say stop. So uh, the doctor made me stop. So I had this a few years ago. What helped me is that also regarding with the question before, to do also some other activities, not only running. So I'm doing this biking, and also I at least once a week I do some ab training, and also for your arms, because in an ultra after many hours you will feel
Mm.
your arms are very heavy. Actually, one arm has a few kilos, so to swing it 1 day, it's an effort in the end. So with the knees, I have problems, but only if you work also in the gym, I think it can help you. And I think it helped me to when I change something in what I eat, also not doing all the meat stuff, and I think it helped me also. I'm not a vegetarian, but I saw that sometimes if I go more on fruits and vegetables, I think I feel a lot better with my joints, and also I take some pills for this. I think I take every day, but I don't know exactly the brand. We have one last year. We received a big box from hospice, and I have some nutrients there with and also I eat turmeric. I put curcuma, yeah, turmeric. It's on my
Mm-hmm.
food when I have the chance. So at least once a week I have a big dose of this.
Back
But we are
to
different. We are different, so you should try and see what works for you.
yeah, good advice. We are different for sure. Back to Brasov Marathon, Brasov Ultra Marathon.
Yes, yes.
Paula asks you, why did you prefer not using the checkpoint with the drawback?
I thought I will lose time, and I don't want to stay too much there, and I was not sure what should I take, what should I left there. So in the end, I said, okay, I will not. I will will be a Spartan. I will take everything on me, and I assume this decision.
Too many decisions. What to let there.
Yeah,
What
there are
to
many there are
bring
many
with you.
decisions. Yes, with what and also it's problematic with the weather because there were raining, snowing sometimes. It was very cold up in the mountains, very hot down there. Not very hot, but hotter. Then so you have to decide what you wear because also if you have so many clothes, you sweat a lot. So if you sweat, you lose another important electrolyte. So it's not fun. So many things to consider. But with experience and with previous mistakes, you can learn and adapt.
Look, so Floriana wants to know if you take any supplements. You already said something about turmeric and those pills for your knees. And Dan is saying something about glucosamine. So
Yeah, I tried it. I think they are one of the ingredients in what I take. Yes.
okay, so you are taking
Yes.
supplements
Yes. Yes.
when
Yes.
preparing for
And also
a marathon.
magnesium.
And
I take magnesium each day, every evening. Yeah. Not a big dose, but something there.
okay. Victoria has a really interesting question. How do your family react to the World Ultra Marathon? Guys, let's get together. I'm going to run an ultra marathon for two
They are
this
not.
year.
It was funny with this. At the beginning, they came at my races. They were waiting at the finish line, or if we go somewhere, I don't know, in other place, not in Brasov.
Mm-hmm.
We were going there, staying at the hotel and all the stuff. But year after year, they get bored of this and they don't want to come with me. So I'm not. They are very rarely present with me. Now they came at the finish line because I told them, okay, it's cold and I will need a jacket and which I will be all wet. So bring me something, and they came there, and it was also, we can say, a mind trick. I told them I will be around 7 back. I was estimating 12 hours, and then when I get back. I saw that with 2 hours before it was 5 o'clock, and I said, okay. I text them. I said, okay, it will be between 7 and 7:30. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and my son is very focused on this with time, and then it was a stimulus also for me to get there, and I came at 7:27, and he was looking at the watch. Said, yeah, I'm just in time because. It was almost 30 now. So they, I don't know. I think my wife is worried sometimes because I don't know when you get there, and also I'm worried sometimes because you go there like it's in Chukash when you have a night in front of you. It's tough, but I think we are worrying more when we are here at, I don't know, at our home or in front of the computer. But when you go there and you see the others and you see the
Mm.
trail and the organizers and everything, and you take it step by step, or how you segment each segment always in your head, then you see that it's doable and you can do it. So it's not a big danger. But yeah, you have to be really careful sometimes.
All right. I don't see any other question. But if you have some more, please add them in the chat. If not, Lorena, all that I want to do is to thank you for being open and sharing this very personal experience with us, because it is a very personal experience. So thank you again, and let's meet again in another running stories session. And good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Thank you also. And I hope I will see more runners from Pentalog in the future.
Yeah, it's a really nice sport for sure.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. I see that people are congratulating you, bam, bam, bam,
Thank
clapping
you.
their
Thank you.
hands. So you have here a full room of cheerleaders.